Hello everyone and welcome to another Thomas video. So today we're taking a look at Izzet Moon deck in Thomas format. So there was a bug that prevented certain type of decks to be played in Thomas format, but finally they fixed it. So it was a bug that had to do with the Hydroponics Architect and Blood Moon together. And the way the bug worked was if you had the Hydroponics Architect attacking, transforming your lands into basic island, those lands that come onto the battlefield will actually lose every text and just becomes a mountain if you play the Blood Moon on the battlefield, which is not supposed to happen because when a land becomes a basic, now they're no longer considered non-basic land. So the non-basic land super type and the basic land super type can't coexist each other. So the moment the Hydroponics Architect turns a land, such as trip mines or fetch lands, into basics, it is no longer considered a non-basic land. So when the Blood Moon comes down on the battlefield, it actually looked at the lands and then still considered these lands that got turned into basics as a non-basic land. So it removed all the text, which made the lands not functional other than the properties of a mountain. But now it's fixed, so if a Flooded Strand turns into an island by Hydroponics Architect, it'll become a basic. It'll have all the functionalities that the Flooded Strand has because the Flooded Strand happens to be an island. And same goes for Strip Mine as well. So they have finally fixed the bug, and I'm going to be testing this Izzet Moon deck in Thomas format. So we'll see how it does. So instead, I'm going to be hopping over to some Thomas Force 3 to show you guys how it does. So let's hop over. Right. We have a pretty interesting hand here. Mana Drain into a Blood Moon. I'm gonna shock this in. And hopefully we can go Polluted Delta, Scalding Tarn, Mana Drain into a Blood Moon. Okay, opponent passes. This seems like a show and tell deck. A show and tell. A show and tell. Okay, that's actually a really good card that we just drew. So this forces opponent to potentially fetch like a non-basic because I think opponent has a Veil of Summer. And next turn we can go Mana Drain into fetch a double island into a Blood Moon. Like I said, they went ahead and fetched a Hedge Maze. This might mean that they could have another Chrome Mox in hand. Which could also mean that I have to maybe try to play the Blood Moon. Not really sure how many copies of Mana Drain they play in a show and tell deck. But the fact that they also have another Polluted Delta means that, you know, opponent could have... Okay, Force Spike was actually a really good draw. I was gonna say, the moment I play the Blood Moon, they're going to fetch a basic. And this deck actually only needs like one basic to function for the comboing. Oh, they're playing a Bant version. So they have a basic anyways. Maybe it's not a show and tell. Nope, it's a show and tell. going to mana drain here. So they don't have a counter spell. That's what I've learned. So far, that's what I've learned. So they went with the dig through time. I'm gonna force spike this. Still not over yet, since they do have an island. Okay, subtlety actually, like, insane draw, by the way. Waterlogged Teaching. An instant speed spell. A brainstorm and a... while the blood moon is down. I think I should just counter this. It seems like they're gonna pass. I'm gonna resolve a subtlety here. Another Waterlogged Teaching. Nice. I'll put it like this. I'm gonna counter this. I think I have to let this through, right? Because I only have one counter spell. All right. Fantastic. All right, so we're gonna want another Blood Moon. A Flute. Raisin Bee. Subtleties out. Shanty out. Commandeer. Think that's it. It would be nice if I had Ragavan on the sideboard, but we don't. Maybe a Surgical. And I'll take out a Lightning Bolt. Okay. Pretty good. I should still go Island because every time this attacks, if it hits an Izzet color card, that becomes an island now. Force Spike is so good. It's just so good. Okay, it looks like we have to flare denial this. Nope, it was just a bait. It was just a bait. Opponent's just baiting. Let me crack this. It went on the worst land, actually. That's actually kind of bad. A Tameo. Into another Tameo. Trip bind. Okay, because we got a Force Spike, I think I'm gonna pass here. Because now I can Flare of Denial and Force Spike. Brainstorm. A Carpet of Flowers. Okay, I think we have to probably counter that. A Blood Moon. That is actually very, very wonderful. And now, I'll play the Blood Moon. GG's. GG's. All right. Doesn't seem like it's a creature deck. I mean, it could still be a creature deck. It's just, Oh, never mind. A Fable. Oh, this is the mono red deck. Mono red, sneak attack deck that we were playing. Do we leave up Force Spike or should I just Lightning Bolt here? I think we just have to pass here. Whoa, they even play Show and Tell. Okay. So they're playing like Izzet version. Seems like they actually have a land. So they actually misplayed. Right? Let's ponder. I mean, we might still lose. Our interactions are a little bit late. Yep, sneak attack coming down. I think it's just too late. The moment they draw into a creature, we just lose the game immediately. Like so. All right. Disruptor Flute. Commandeer. Brazen Borrower. I mean, their start was just way too fast. Like, look at this. Blood Moon is okay, but I don't think it's actually like that great against them. Ripple Shanty seems like kind of mediocre. It does have some targets, but almost rarely. I don't know why I brought a subtlety, thinking about it.
I must investigate this scroll further.
Oh, they play Ragavan. It's kind of interesting. I didn't expect a Ragavan, actually. I think I should shuffle. I probably need lands more than anything. Our hand is pretty atrocious. Although Ragavan's sideboarding is questionable, but it's actually working pretty well for them. Because my Tamio can't really attack. Okay, Commandeer is kind of good. Preordain. Play Preordain, actually. Maybe they don't play Brainstorm? Could be. Yep, could be. I need him to play like a 4-mana card so I can like commandeer it, get rid of the subtlety. You know, a defense grid. Uh, because I have to exhaust everything on this thing. Wait, what happened? Didn't I steal their mana drain and then I counter the commandeer? Oh, Flare of Denial. I could strip mine the Ancient Tomb. I think Tamio drawing cards is probably better than transforming. I expect so this actually might be like Emrakul or something in hand. Another Tamio. I think I'm just gonna pass here. Because I could top deck a Flare of Denial. That's also kind of bad. Hmm. A Brazen Borrower. No counter spells though. I think I just have to pray that they don't have the combo.
I will protect this library with things before
And we'll try to win with these. Because I don't see ourselves winning anytime soon if I don't just try to kill them with the Brazen Bee and the Lightning Bolt and the One Ring damage. I kind of sideboarded pretty poorly this game. A Blood Moon. A Fable. So opponent's gonna take 2, 3, so that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, opponent's dead. Oh my god, we barely got there.
recommend this book.
Oh man, defense grid. Alright, so instead of subtlety, I definitely need a cast into the fire. I definitely need cast into the fire. What else do I need? Maybe some Rebel Shanties back? Something like that? Alright, we have a turn 1 Commandeer. That's a pretty good sign. It would be actually really nice if it was a turn 1 like Ragavan though. Okay, there's that Ragavan. Then pass again. A defense grid. That does actually make things quite complicated, doesn't it? Should I steal that defense grid? Defense grid. Maybe I let it go. Because technically we can pay the defense grid if I exile both of these. But that means they're gonna take another turn with the Ancient Tomb, which might not be ideal. So if they go Show and Tell instead of Sneak Attack, it's kind of bad for me. So this is right now, this is like a kind of a guessing game right now. Do they have a Show and Tell or do they have something else? That's really the problem here. Because if they have a Show and Tell, then I have to disrupt their flute right now to call Show and Tell. But if they have a Sneak Attack, then I have to leave up a Commandeer. And potentially, or even potentially like Strip Mine. Maybe Strip Mine, Disrupt her flute isn't so bad. And the next turn we have a Commandeer to cover the Sneak Attack. It was just like, I feel like it was just really, really bad. Oh man, it was a Fable. Maybe they had something else too. Until I get Cast in the Fire, I don't think I'm gonna be winning here anytime soon. They had another defense grid. They should have actually kept that. I mean, the counter spells are pretty much useless right now. A Tameo. I don't think transforming this Tameo does anything. Brazen Bee and a Mana Drain together. So I would need a land anyways.
Oh, how am I supposed to focus on only one project?
Actually didn't want to transform.
I hope you don't mind if I take notes. I am not defenseless.
Seems kind of bad. The situation does seem kind of bad here.
Stop interrupting my work!
They had another sneak attack. Seems like game over actually. Because I can't use a mana drain, right? Alright, GG's. Seems like a pretty rough matchup. We got one strip mine. And seems kind of meh. I'll play this out. Okay, Rebel Shanty, pretty good. Mountain until Chrome Mox. Mono red something. Mono red Stompy potentially. So they're gonna take away my Rebel Shanty. Kind of bad for me. Another Rebel Shanty. They can take away my Polluted Delta. I don't know, actually maybe if they Ragavan again, I might just Rebel Shanty. We'll see. If they Ragavan again, I might just go Shanty again. I might just Shanty here. I should just Rebel Shanty here. Oh my god, they have another one. They have another one. I'll take the hit. Into another Chrome Mox. Had a Pyroglyph in hand. A Flare of Denial. Well, that doesn't really help our case, does it? So it seems like they were missing a bunch of mana, and maybe they have a bunch of 4 mana cards stuck in their hand, but that is not the case. Rainstorm. Oh, that's actually really good. I do want to top an island, but I think the best thing to do here might be put these two on top, play the island, lightning bolt. We'll see what they do. I think I'm going to be lightning bolting this goblin shaman. Bombardier. Yeah, looks like we're flare-up denialing this. A force spike into a ponder. I'm gonna keep this land. I don't know, I should probably play this in case like a strip mine. I thought about keeping this land for the potential like brainstorm. All right. I mean, definitely not bad. The Kikijiki is gonna take a turn. Hopefully they don't top deck anything here. Then we'll lightning bolt the Kikijiki. So opponent gets a turn with the Kikijiki. And hopefully they don't top deck anything here. Please. Nice. Yeah, now we need to top deck like a subtlety or something. Okay, that's not bad. Ooh. That's pretty good. So Ribble Shanty, Hymn to the Ages. Those are all great top decks. Alright, final turn. That is a blocker. That is a blocker. Man. Almost got there, but just no dice. Just no dice. I think the fire magic is actually pretty decent against them. It pretty much hits everything except the Goyf. I mean, Blood Moon was just really, really bad. Makes sense, you know? We have a lot of good hits, but is the fire magic better than, like, these two, though? Probably not. I'll try that. Almost got there, though. Very close. So this is really good if they have an insane hand, but it's really bad if they don't. So it's probably a mulligan. Too many red cards stuck in our hand for the commandeer to be effective. Well, cast into fire could be kind of fire. They found a land though. But they didn't play a land last turn. Maybe it's okay. I mean, I could just strip mine first into... I mean, definitely going to do that now that we got... now that we got Hydroponics plus a Flare of Denial. So we're gonna do this. And I'll play the Architect and pass. Okay, Fury. Okay, I am going to... I think I should take the damage in case they top deck another Strip Mine. I'm going to get rid of this Chrome Mox here. Kind of need my opponent to like play a creature so I can Ribble Shanty. You know? This is so stupid. Okay, looks like we're gonna have to him. Since we got a second one. A Chrome Mox. Into Ragavan. Rebel Shanty. I'll just him on opponent's turn. Since they could have another, you know... Okay, Fable was actually an insane draw. Not... Actually, what happens if they transform? Transform under your control. It doesn't say owner's control, by the way. I think that's a pretty important distinction. Another Fury coming out. I think I'm okay with this. Okay, we got another cast into the fire. If they don't cast anything on their turn, I might actually get rid of this Chrome Mox here. Okay, now that we got no counter spell, I think I'm just going to pass actually. A Pyrogoyf? A Pyrogoyf. I can kill it with the Rebel Shanty plus Lightning Bolt. Draw a bunch of cards. Ponder.
Perhaps there are more useful texts down on the surface.
I don't really like these cards though. I mean, I can top one of the Architect to see if I want to, you know, shuffle these. So we'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna shuffle. Maybe I should have actually used the treasure there. Oh, I think this game is probably over. We're about to cast another Hymn to the Ages. Well, actually didn't get anything special there. Ooh, another strip mine. Another strip mine.
This is an interesting story.
The One Ring. So exile that. So we got a Force Spike. Let's see if I hit a strip mine. It didn't. Another Architect. I am going to get rid of their Mountain. This is pretty important for the Force Spikes, so play another Hydroponics Architect. And I'll grab Mana Drain.
A good story can refresh the mind.
Bombardier. Maybe I should have actually used the Lightning Bolt for the and save the Shanty for like something else.
Respect the library.
So 15 cards remaining, so we have to hit my opponent quite a bit here. Although we do have like triple Lightning Bolts coming if I grab the Lightning Bolt again. We also haven't seen any subtleties, so there's also that as well.
Violence is not the answer.
I might try to look for a subtlety here. Yeah, I'm gonna try to look for a subtlety. No subtlety. Where are you at?
I'll aid you. So focus on the fight.
Draw 3? I mean, surely we're gonna find subtlety, right? Oh my god. That's funny. I don't think we have... This is draw 1.
Oh, this is one of
Oh,
my
right.
favorites.
We go to next one. Do we want a Brazen Bee? Do we want a Brazen Bee? I feel like we don't. I don't think we do. Decent hand. No interaction is a little bit sus, but yeah. 0 interaction's a little bit sus. And they had a pretty fast start with the Chrome Mox here. And into an Ancient Tomb as well. That's really fast, actually. Can we beat that? Can we beat that? I feel like it's gonna be a little bit hard. I don't know. Yeah, seems like we're not in a really good spot here. They're gonna be taking 3 damage next turn. Double Ancient Tomb. Into another Vortex. They're gonna be taking 4 damage. Interesting. So we want to keep the Lightning Bolt. 2, 4, 5, 6. Force Spike actually might... This actually might translate to just 2 damage against an Ancient Tomb. So... maybe put these 2 back. And the question is, do I shuffle? I don't... I think I shuffle? No, but they're taking damage though. So we play this out. Opponent takes 4. And then the Ancient Tomb is going to deal even more damage. Maybe I shouldn't have played this out. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have played that out. So opponent has 3 mana for that hasty creature to sacrifice the 1 ring. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 damage total. I think I let this Pyroglyph go. It's not doing that much damage. I just need to make sure their 1 ring kills them, basically. I am going to force spike this. Because they can't pay with the Ancient Tomb right now. Just not possible. Close game. Into Tamio. Maybe I need to have Mana Drain and a Lightning Bolt. If a Pyroglyph comes down, do I lose? Pyroglyph does 6 damage. And then 9, 10, 11. So I'm exactly dead if they play Pyroglyph and if I don't counter. If I go Mana Drain into Lightning Bolt, do I win? They take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if they tap Ancient Tomb once, they die. So I guess I just need to counter their next spell. And I think I win. Maybe I should have actually Rebel Shanty the Ragavan last turn, but then I had to shock. Kind of the problem. Lightning Bolt. So at most, they can Lightning Bolt once more because of Soken Zen. So I take 3, I go to 5, 6, 7. Very close game, I must say. Alright, GG's. GG's. That was very close. Alright. You know, the game, the 2 losses, the game was just not kind to me. I had to multiply in game 3. Unfortunate. But I think the deck was actually fairly decent. Although we kind of play against like 2 combo decks where like the Rebel Shanty was kind of bad. And I feel like against the Golgari mid-range, like as long as you can to your Intensify 3, like it shouldn't be too bad. But the problem actually comes from when if opponent goes like Ancient Tomb or Chrome Mox very early. Those are the kind of the games where it just feels impossible because you're just so behind. But it doesn't seem like a very good matchup against the Golgari mid-range. So yeah, the Blood Moon. We actually didn't quite see the Blood Moon come down with the Hydroponics Architect, which was a bit unfortunate, but believe me, they did fix it. I tried it in the bot lobby. That's why I want to try this deck today, right? So nothing too crazy. So yeah, that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye-bye.